Okay, Marty.
All right. Hi. Hi, Facebook friends. Hi. It's the Marti and Kena Monday show to bring you some joy, some happiness, and maybe a little laughter at our expense, which will be fine. We're coming to you from Leeza's Care Connection, where we are socially distancing like everyone else. And we just wanted to engage you. We'll give it a few minutes and let people join in as we start the first ever Marti and Kena show. How you doing, Kena?
I'm doing all right, Marty. I'm a little nervous. You know me. I don't like going live.
This was hard for you. It was hard.
It is. It's very hard for me. You know, I was kind of born for social distancing. Social distancing is more my thing. So I'm prepared for the distancing. I'm not prepared for all the virtual connecting.
Kena acts like she's so shy, but we all know the truth. I mean, come on. Well, we're going to come to you and really engage each Monday to share updates about our community and tips and strategies for coping with all this stuff going on with the coronavirus. Our aim is to bring you a little bit of joy to the start of your week. So let us know what you want to hear about, and we will bring it to you.
That's right. We want to hear from you guys. You can always send us your ideas, things that you want to see. Maybe you've heard some good stories that you would like to share in your community. Just send us an email or give us a call. We would love to share these on the Mondays at the time that we have shared together. First and foremost, though, we want to thank all the healthcare workers, both on a local and national level. We appreciate those, here locally, Lexington Medical Center, our friends and partners, to Prisma Health, to Providence. All of you guys, I know, are working so hard. And it's not just the doctors, it's the nurses, it's the techs, it's the pharmacists, the administrators, the food service, and the sanitary workers. You're all important parts of this continuing, and we just appreciate you so much. We know you're tired and you're exhausted, but we appreciate the sacrifices that you're making on our behalf. So just know that we're continuing to keep you all in our thoughts and in our prayers during this difficult time.
Absolutely. Thank you, Kena. We couldn't do this without all of those people. We think about those on the front lines, and it's incredible the sacrifices that you're making. So thank you. Thank you very much. We would like to share here at Leeza's Care Connection, our goal is to stay connected. Obviously, that's what we do. Although our center is temporarily closed to the public, we are continuing to serve our caregiving community virtually. Just to give you a few updates, all of our support groups are continuing to meet at their regular scheduled times on Zoom. It gives you the option to join either video, or if you'd rather not be seen, you can join just by your regular phone call. We are continuing to offer tips and resources through social media platforms like Facebook Live, Twitter, YouTube, and then just on our regular feed on Facebook. We will be sharing all of our videos on our YouTube page. So great place to go to get some, latest information. We've got a whole weekly schedule worked up. I know Kena has been working on the calendar. Tell us about the calendar for next month. Kena, how's that looking for you?
I always feel like I'm so far behind in our calendar, and since things are changing a bit for next month, no surprise, I'm close, so close. I'm almost there, but I hope to finish that up today and get that out by email, hopefully tomorrow or possibly by the end of the day. But we're going to try to keep a theme throughout the week so that folks know what to expect on certain days. For instance, our Mondays will be our Motivation Monday. So, of course, Marty and I, we're super motivating. I don't know how it felt that we were on Mondays, but we will be joining you on Mondays to share some positive and uplifting stories. But we'll also be sharing stories via post and quotes that way as well. Our Tuesdays will be our Tips for Tuesdays theme with instructional and practical advice and suggestions. We'll bring in different professionals from our community to offer some tips, advice. This will be our Ask the Expert series. So much like we do here in the center when we're open, we're going to bring these folks to you online and in virtual formats. And hopefully we'll be able to do some of that with our webinars and using the same Zoom technology as our support groups. Our Wednesdays will be our Wellness Wednesdays. So we'll reserve that day to focus on our self-care, which obviously is really important, especially if we're taking care of someone that we love. Just because we're home doesn't mean we can't exercise. So we're going to bring you some links so that you can do some exercises from the comfort of your home. We'll talk about nutrition and ways to continue to focus on our diet, even when those shelves are looking pretty bare in the grocery stores, and how to focus on your mental health. It's a lot to cope with all this at once. So just know that we're going to try to bring you some tips to help you manage that. Our Thursdays will be reserved for Thoughts for Thursdays. So we'll include different throwbacks from our community, some general musings on Thursdays, why laughter or music is good, those types of tips. And Fridays will be more of our feel-good Fridays, where we'll have share different fun times, past videos and photos from events and activities that we've done here at the center, those that we'll get back to when we reopen. We'll share some brain challenges and some did you know type trivia questions. So that's what we'll have on schedule throughout each week.
We have been busy, right?
Somehow, I thought when we were going to this social distancing, oh, well, I'll have lots of time to get my work done. Somehow it has not panned out that way for us, but here's hoping next week.
Yes. Let's just say that Kena and I have done our brain exercises for the entire year by learning all this new technology.
Technology's hard. You're not the only ones feeling that struggle, I promise you.
Absolutely. Well, and our volunteers have really gone to task. They have been redirected to making phone calls and making cards and sending out all kinds of just support through their connecting with our caregivers. We love them. And we have just so you know, as a community, we have a card station set up in our carport. You can either mail or drop by the center and drop off handmade cards for our caregivers. You can either write a special note or you can leave them blank and just decorate them. And we'll get them sent out and mailed out to our caregivers. It's a wonderful way for the community to really engage and, be a little creative. I mean, who knows? But it's set up in our carport, or you're welcome to mail the cards to us as well. And we'll make sure that they get sent out to those people that, need a little bit more encouragement, and we can offer that. So just know that's out there. And if you have questions, you can absolutely give us a call here at the center. We do have a special guest we want to talk to today that has really been working hard and setting up a whole new program. And I want her to tell us about it. Kena, do we have Melissa McLeod from McLeod Home Care? Hi, Melissa.
Hi, Melissa.
Hi.
Hey, guys.
Thanks for joining us today. Melissa, you have been boots on the ground figuring this thing out, and I want you to share with us what you're doing, how you're doing it, and what we can do as a community to support what you've got going on. Tell us about it.
So we've created, as a community, a free service to supply 100% cotton masks to individuals that cannot get their hands on a regulated CDC N95 respirator. So it's very important to mention that, because those need to be depleted before this cotton mask can be used. But we have we've gotten some people that are they're home and they want to help. They want to do anything that they can possibly do to help with what's going on out there. A lot of us are just feeling isolated. We have these talents and we're frustrated. I think we just want to be able to help. So that's what these women are. That's what they have. They've come together. There's about 37 of us.
Wow.
Probably about half of them are seamstresses, and the other half will do deliveries and pre-cut fabric. We deliveries, of course, we need to get the masks where they need to go, but it's a bit of an assembly line, but it's private, assembly line. So most of it is, we're a hub here at the office, so people will drop off and pick up pre-cut fabrics, drop off
Wow.
finished product, and then it's in a big circle right now.
Wow.
And
Show us one of the masks. Show us what's going on there.
Yeah, so this is the mask. Let me see if I can get that in the right spot. And I'm holding my phone. Let's see if I can put it on. This is what it looks like. And a lot of people around the country are making these.
Nice.
So they cover the nose, cover the chin. And this is like I said, it's not a replacement for the N95. That is absolutely necessary, but it will block up to 60% of any droplets in the air.
Wow.
So,
and I understand you've gone as far as call the CDC, right? I mean, you've really researched this to make sure that, yes, it's not a replacement, but yes, it is beneficial.
It's a source. I mean, it's something that, and not only that, I feel like I'm making a lot of statements on our Facebook page about how it'll lighten somebody's day. If nothing else, it's colorful and it's fun. And, but it's supposed to be up to 60%, filtration. So it depends on the situation, obviously, but there are some people that will wear their N95s and put the cotton over that N95, and that'll it'll actually extend the life of the N95. So it has a purpose.
Wow.
It has a place. Yeah,
so
it's great.
Who are you delivering to so far?
So today's a big day for us. We are delivering pretty much our first big shipment out, small little deliveries of 350 masks.
Wow.
And that's just from 4 days. Yeah, 4 days of getting this together. I mean, it's amazing what the community can do when they come together. And so we're delivering today at Providence Hospital. That'll be for ancillary staff, like Kena, what you were talking about.
Yeah.
All the people that don't really come into close contact with the patients, but that it'll be good for them to have those masks. And Prisma Dental will get their shipment. The free medical clinic in Columbia off of Hardin Street will be getting their delivery, and an urgent care called Veritas here off of 378 in Lexington.
Sure.
And SCOA, which is, of course, something that's near and dear to my heart. So,
absolutely. All right. So, Melissa, if people are listening and they want to get involved, how do they get involved? Whether it's delivering, cutting, maybe they even know some places that could use masks. Where do they go? How do they get in touch?
Great. I hope that I can somehow share the links and maybe you guys can get that out. But the Facebook group has been very helpful. We can post, we can see what supplies are out there. That's been very helpful. That's actually brand new. I just got that up and running today. But the Facebook group would be great. Or you can go on my personal profile, my Facebook profile, and that will get you all kinds of information as to what the pattern is. Just jump in the loop and I can get you in there and get you started working.
All right. What's the name of the Facebook page?
It's Seamstresses with a Purpose.
Okay.
And we can share that on the comments of this live viewing. Melissa, you can share any information that way. So as folks are watching or rewatching this later, they can jump down to the comments and get that information.
Awesome.
Fantastic. Fantastic.
Yeah, we need supplies. We need people to cut fabric. If you can't sew, that's okay. We've got lots of things to do. There's some delivery that's happening. Some people prefer, obviously, to stay in their homes. They're not leaving, and that's fine. We've got a job for you. So we could use the help. We're actually low on, might as well say it, elastic.
Elastic.
Yes.
Okay.
If you know of anybody with elastic, we could really use that right now.
Okay. Great.
Yes, elastic.
Sure. And I imagine, and what I've would think is anybody that does quilting probably would have elastic. Maybe I know they would have fabric. I don't know about elastic, but okay. So we'll definitely look for elastic.
The quilters are, they've come together, and they're already in groups, so they have, they've just reached out to their buddies, and I've been able to pick up a ton of fabric. I mean, it's just awesome.
Great.
And then that fabric then goes into the loop to be
Well, there you are. Okay. Well, thank you, Melissa. I think we've lost our feed with Melissa for right now, but we appreciate you. Thank you for what you're doing.
Thanks for doing this, Melissa.
You are just a bright light. Thank you for organizing that. And absolutely, we have Melissa's contact here at the center. You're welcome to call us, and we will connect you. So thank you for what you're doing. Thanks, love Melissa. You. We appreciate you. Have a good rest of your day. Bye.
Bye. That's fantastic. What great work they're doing, and important. She is amazing. I see Tim McLeod, her better half, is joining us from McLeod Home Care. Thanks for joining us, Tim. Yeah, and I guess it's also important to remember, Marty, during this time that physical distance is not the same as social distancing, or it doesn't have to be the same. So part of what we want to hear from you guys is to know how you are connecting with those that are important to you in your life. How are you connecting with your family? How are you and your kids connecting? Or how are you connecting with your neighbors? So if you can share some of those ideas, we would like to be able to share those with our viewers.
Sure. How
have you been connecting with people lately? You're very social, so I know that's been tough for you.
It has been hard. I talked to several of my neighbors this weekend as Billy and I worked outside in the yard from across the street, or across the yard. It's almost a fear. Like I have a hard time when I'm talking to somebody not being right up on them. Kena calls me a space invader.
She is an absolute space invader. She's very touchy-feely, that Marty.
It's hard, I know. And so I've had to it's easier for me to stay double and triple distance away, because then I can control myself rather than walking up to somebody and going, okay, am I really 6 feet away? And so it's easier for me to keep a bigger, a farther distance away, so I can mentally just be prepared that I'm not going to be able to reach out and give you a hug or a handshake. So it has been challenging. Absolutely. What about you?
Phone calls are one thing that I think we've all kind of gotten away from now that it's so easy to text and to email. Texting and email is a great way to keep in touch, but it's really nice to hear someone's voice on the other end of the line. So when it's your family and friends, please consider just getting back in touch with the old-fashioned phone call. That's one easy way. Videos, something Marty and I love to do. We love to send what we call our videograms to our volunteers and caregivers. So if we have a volunteer that can't come in today, we'll often send them a short video. It's a silly selfie of just the two of us, but our volunteers love it. It doesn't take 10 seconds to make, but it lets someone know that you're thinking of them, if only for a moment. So we can send that directly to their cell phone, and they know, oh, isn't that nice? They were thinking about me. And so that's what it's all about. So if you know anyone that would like a videogram, let us know. We'll absolutely send them one to cheer up their day. But some other unconventional ways that folks may not think about is using your phones for some video chatting. As we've learned recently with our Zoom conferencing, People don't like to be on video. We get it. You want to be there in your sweats and no makeup. But sometimes it's really nice to see someone's face, to see their eyes, just to feel like you're connecting with someone. So don't be afraid to use technology on your smartphones. If you have an iPhone, then you can FaceTime. Or if you don't have an iPhone, you can use apps like Skype that have been around a long time. Even things like Snapchat or fun ways to connect with family members and do silly videos. You can also do face chats, video chatting on Snapchat as well, which a lot of people don't realize. And one thing that I did recently over the weekend, I have a neighbor that is sick, and I'm not able to see her because she has cancer and a compromised immune system. So when I went to drop off some bread at her house, I used her Ring doorbell just to let them know we were leaving it. And I say me because I have my dog Riley with me. And she was able to pull up the video from the Ring, and we started talking through her Ring app. So she could see me, but I couldn't see her, and she could see my dog, and she was talking to him. So I could hear her voice just instantly become totally different. Her mood was elevated just by hearing our voice and seeing us through this camera. So don't be afraid to think out of the box and connect in ways that that you don't typically connect with. It's still really important for our well-being.
Wow. Thank you, Kena. That was a beautiful story. I know that touched your heart as well, that you could connect with her. And look at Kena. She's like talking on Facebook Live. She's not right anymore.
The world is changing, Martha.
The world is changing. Absolutely. Well, signing off, we challenge you to, before next Monday, try one new technology. Brain day for you. One new technology can be anything you want. Challenge your brain, challenge yourself. We know you have time to do it, so just do it. And then we want to hear about it. If there's some things that you want us to do or to talk about next week, send us a shout out. All right? We'd love to hear from you guys. Have a happy Monday. We love you. We miss you. We're sending virtual hugs and
safe and healthy.
Safe and healthy. Love you. Bye.
Bye.